So you tried energy healing, and instead of feeling peaceful and calm and uplifted, maybe you feel emotional, worse even, tired. Or maybe you've tried energy healing and at first you felt better, you felt lighter, you felt more peaceful, but then emotions started to come up again. And now you might be wondering, well, did it even work? Or even, did it just mess me up? So let me explain today what's actually happening when you feel worse from energy healing and why it might actually be a sign that something really powerful is shifting for you. I've been here, both as a client and a practitioner. I remember lots of energy healing sessions that helped me feel lighter, that helped me feel better, that helped me shift something. But there were also a lot that after I had the session, I would feel really sad or I would feel really scared. I remember there was one session I had where I could tell something really powerful had shifted for me, but I was in a ton of fear for like 2 weeks because I was moving through so much. And this fear coming up wasn't because the energy healing had harmed me. On the contrary, it had actually just unearthed something that had been buried deep within me for a long period of time. But when this kind of thing was first happening, I would panic. I would actually freak out a bit. I thought I was going backwards. I thought I was regressing. But here's what I've learned since then from years of being a client and being a practitioner is that when energy moves, things are going to come up. When you're moving energy, emotions can come up. And when energy clears, what was suppressed comes up to be released. It's not a setback. It's actually a breakthrough in disguise. So let's talk about 3 common reactions or responses to energy healing. The first one is just a sense of lightness and clarity. It's such a beautiful, expansive feeling. You feel calm, you feel grounded, you feel like you've come home to yourself. It's awesome. Who doesn't want that? There's another common response, and that's emotions coming to the surface. You might cry a lot for no reason. You might feel really irritable or really sensitive or even sometimes heavy. You can feel heavy as these emotions are coming to the surface. And another common response is just to feel physically fatigued because there is a physical component to this energy healing work. So as your body is clearing on the energetic level, you're also clearing on a physical level too. So you might feel tired. You might feel like you just need to rest or just kind of heavy as this stuff is moving through you. I've even had times where I thought I was coming down with something, but I believe it was just the processing because I didn't actually end up getting sick. I think it was just all the detox that can happen when you clear on an energetic level. So none of these reactions are bad or wrong. This is just often what we see when we do energy work. They're all valid. Really what they mean is that your system is responding to the energy work. So think of it like this. When you're doing energy healing, you're not just adding in light, you're making space. And in that space, old emotions can come up. So for me as a practitioner, the way I visualize this is when I'm working with someone's system, the subconscious will show me what's ready to be cleared, like what's on the surface, what's right there. So we clear that, we clear what's on the surface, and then the next layer comes up. So that could be anything. That could be anything from sadness, grief, anxiety, fear, even happiness, joy, excitement. Whatever's next underneath what we just cleared will come up. And that's a really good thing. In our society, we've been conditioned to think that any kind of emotion that is uncomfortable is bad. We want to avoid it. We don't want to feel it. But no. If you want deep, true healing, then what you want is for this stuff to come up. Because if you're carrying around suppressed grief, suppressed anger, suppressed fear, it's not just sitting there in a neutral position. It's going to affect you. It's going to distort the way you see the world. It's going to make it harder to make the choices in your life to get you where you want to be, especially romantically. So you want this stuff to come up. You want that grief that's been suppressed for years to finally surface so you can move it through and let it go. You want that anger to come up that's been buried for maybe your whole life because that anger is your boundary. That anger is your no. That anger helps you have discernment. Maybe exhaustion is coming up and you want that too because you want to know what actually drains you or what gives you life, what makes you thrive. So this is all good. It's not a permanent situation. This stuff is not going to be there forever, but if it's coming up, good. That is a sign that things are moving and you are progressing. You are healing, you are transforming. It's kind of like cleaning out a closet, right? Like when you first start to take the stuff out, it's really messy. It's so disorganized. You're like, what am I doing here? I shouldn't have even done this. But once you really start to get out the junk that you don't need anymore, the stuff that's not serving you, you put the stuff back in where we want it to be, right? It starts to look good. It starts to feel so much better. So if you're feeling worse, it's only because what is now coming up is ready to be released. Your body, your nervous system, your energy field, they're just reorganizing. Now, here's the thing. All this being said, I don't want you to ignore your instincts if you've worked with someone and it's just feeling off. Like, it's normal again to feel some emotions moving through, but if something in your gut is like, I don't know if this is the right person for me, then that's real and that's valid. Not all energy healing practitioners are made equal. Some are more experienced than others. Some might be kind of intermingling with your energy, or they might be, we could say, like energetically courting to you. So if you're feeling a gut intuition that something's wrong, then please do honor that. And I would say don't continue to work with that practitioner. Even if that stuff is happening, you're still safe. That's just going to move through you once you discontinue working with this person. So it's not anything to be afraid of, but just to honor yourself in that. If something really feels off, then do trust that. So feeling worse before you feel better does not mean that something went wrong. It means something real is happening. And the best thing you can do here is just trust the process. Breathe deeply. Rest when you need to. Take walks in nature if you can. Drink water. And just let your body integrate. Let this stuff move through you. Let it recalibrate. And reach out to your practitioner if you're really worried that something is going wrong here or you're just super concerned. Talk to them. You know, I've done this with my practitioners before, and I know people have done this with me, and it really just helps to have an outside perspective to just let you know that, yeah, this is normal, this is to be expected, and this is actually what deep healing looks like. This healing journey, it's not always clean and comfortable, we could say. There are a lot of ups and downs because we're working with things that are very deep-seated in the unconscious, in the psyche. So in order to heal, things have to surface. We have to see them. They have to be brought from the unconscious to the conscious mind. And so if you feel bad after energy healing, you're not doing it wrong. You're really just waking up. The very fact that something moved means that it's healing. So if you're navigating something kind of tender, or if you're feeling really sensitive after an energy healing session, you're not alone in that at all. This is why when I work with clients, especially during an alchemy week, I guide you through this whole process. You can talk to me, you can ask me questions, you can tell me what's coming up. And I always check in. I always check in with your system to make sure everything's okay and it's just processing. And you know, if it is, we move it through. And if it's not, then we figure out what to do from there. So if you want to experience this kind of supported energy healing, supportive shifts, then you're welcome to join me in an alchemy week. I'd love to have you. The information is in the description. Every week there's a different theme, and I created Alchemy Week so that you could shift a lot in a short amount of time for not a huge investment. The healing will meet you where you are, and your energy knows exactly what needs to happen to bring you home. Thanks for watching.